All right. So in today's session, we will start a new chapter, that is mobile IP, and we're gonna quickly start it because I think uh, we are behind one session. So the chapter is chapter 4, I guess, and it is mobile IP. So if you understand the GSM and GPRS, then you definitely will understand mobile IP. It's not that very hard, but this chapter is uh, there are certain questions which are very theoretical, and you need to remember a lot of things here. So this chapter is basically a kind of you have to mug it up, something like that. So I'll try my best to explain you with simple languages, but let's see what will happen. Okay. So why there is a need? Question is why there is a need? There is a need of mobile IP when I have a fixed network. Okay. So why there is a need of mobile IP when I have a fixed network? Well, it is because it is not possible, because as soon as you leave your home network or your fixed network, you cannot receive your packet. It's something like if you are using Marwadi's university's network and you are totally connected with that network, but when you leave the campus and you come at your home, it is not possible to get that network, that university network. So it is not possible, right? uh, but now if you want the network, then you can do like mobile IP, a network which is mobile, right? Then you can connect to any network. You do not connect with a fixed network. It is not possible, because as soon as you leave that network, you reach to some other location, you cannot connect to that previous network. It is not possible for me. So it is like that. So it is not possible, because as soon as it's pretty easy, right, to understand. As soon as you leave your home network, you cannot receive you cannot receive your package, because your computer is configured to that particular network, and you cannot move that network, right? If you are connected to a fixed network, then it is not possible to move that network. So in that reason I need a mobile network to which I always going to be connected, right? So there are several requirements. Now if you want to achieve this, okay, if you want to establish this mobile IP, if you want to establish mobile IP, then there are several requirements, right? There are several requirements that need to be satisfied in order to establish mobile IP. Okay, so there are several requirements if you want to establish mobile IP. So what are these requirements? So the first requirement that mobile IP, if you establish mobile IP, then this is the first requirement. So it is compatibility. Now, you already know that we already have a protocol on which the complete internet is working, which is TCP/IP, correct? Now, on the top of that, if you are building this mobile IP, it is also a kind of network or a protocol. It is quite hard to, there is going to be overlapping problem, because I already have a protocol. On the top of that, you are building a mobile IP and put it over the TCP/IP, which is not possible, right? So you need to make sure that it is not affecting or it is not overlapping the previous network or previous protocol. So it says computer running TCP/IP and connected to the internet is huge. Actually, the ratio of TCP/IP with the internet is very huge, right? Now, if you're building a new standard here, instead of TCP/IP, a new standard such as this mobile IP, let me write it down here. Mobile IP has to put and make changes in the network protocol already in use. What do you mean by that? It says that if you are building mobile IP, then to establish this mobile IP, I need to do some changes. I need to do some modification in the already used protocol, okay, which is TCP/IP. So if I want to establish this, then I need to changes here. Okay, I need to do some changes here. So which is quite often costly and going to be time consuming. Um, so it says if we want to use mobile IP, it, it has to be integrated into the existing operating system. Right? Operating system, it means a network operating system. Basically, it says that if you want to establish mobile IP, then there should be not huge changes in TCP/IP. A very minute changes in the TCP/IP should be there, and then you can operate mobile IP. Otherwise, this TCP/IP not going to work as TCP/IP. It is going to be changed, completely changed. And compatibility says do not do more changes. Just make it compatible so that both protocols and both networks can work. So this is the first requirement. I hope it's easy to understand. Uh, Second requirement, it says transparency. You see, transparency, it means something called as visibility. I mean, something you already know, like something like abstraction or abstract. So it says the mobility which you are talking from, first session, mobility should be remain invisible, should remain, it has been in the quotes, invisible for many higher layer protocols and application. It says whenever this mobility, it's a huge term, right? So when you say mobility, it should be invisible from the protocols and application, because if you make it visible, then a minute change, even a very small minute change, if you make it visible, then this higher layer protocol is going to be very tedious and very congested, क्योंकि उसको बार बार देखना पड़ेगा कि हाँ ये यहाँ से ये नंबर चेंज हुआ है, यहाँ से ये आईपी एड्रेस चेंज हुआ है, तो मैं उस हिसाब से अपने आप को बदलूं. सो अगर आप उसको विजिबल रखोगे पूरा पूरा मोबिलिटी को, तो आप सोचो मोबिलिटी में कितने चेंजेस होते हैं, बहुत ज्यादा चेंजेस होते हैं हमेशा. राउट कभी राउटिंग प्रॉब्लम है, कभी रोमिंग प्रॉब्लम है, कभी एचएलआर में डेटा नहीं है, वीएलआर में डेटा नहीं. ये सारे स्मॉल स्मॉल चेंजेस आपका अगर हायर लेयर प्रोटोकॉल पड़ेगा, तो आपको आपका पैकेट आपको रिसीव कब होगा, बहुत टाइम के बाद मिलेगा. देयर कुड बी अ डिले इन योर नेटवर्क, राइट? सो इट सेज दैट मोबिलिटी की जितनी भी टर्म्स है उसको इनविजिबल रखो हायर लेयर प्रोटोकॉल से और एप्लीकेशन से. सिर्फ इतना ही पता चलना चाहिए हायर लेयर प्रोटोकॉल को, एप्लीकेशन को, कि there is a lower bandwidth or there is some interruption. That is the only visible thing to the higher layer protocol. So visible thing uh, in mobile IP is lower bandwidth, because this is important. These lower, if there is a lower bandwidth, then I need to know why is there lower bandwidth and some interruption. Otherwise, all things are going to be what you can say hidden. So visible thing in mobile IP is lower bandwidth and some interruption. Otherwise, all things are invisible for higher layer protocols and application. The third requirement of mobile IP says it should be scalability and efficiency. Now, what do you mean by scalability? Scalability means it should reach to every person, every people in the world. I mean, there should be a large audience and large mass. So introducing a new mechanism to the internet must not jeopardize its efficiency. What do you mean by that? You already have an internet, right? On which you are working, on which we are connected right now. It says that if you are introducing mobile IP in that internet, then it should not lower down or should not reduce the efficiency that is there in the internet. By introducing mobile IP into the internet, you should not have a less efficiency. Okay, so it says that you couldn't jeopardize the efficiency that internet is having by introducing mobile IP. Next point is enhancing IP for mobility. Also says must not generate too many packets, too many new message packet flooding in the network. You mean by that? It's easy, right? You already have too many packets in the internet, right? Moving from here and there. But now you're introducing mobile IP into the into the internet. Then it should not like extra message packets come and it's flooding the network. It should not be there. कि बहुत ज़्यादा ही पैकेट ऑलरेडी हमारे इंटरनेट में इधर से उधर बहुत ज़्यादा मूव करते हैं. अब अगर मोबाइल आईपी अगर आप लेके आ रहे हो और इससे भी ज़्यादा अगर पैकेट आने लगे तो गड़बड़ हो जाएगी ना. So it says that do not generate too many new messages packet with the help of this mobile IP. Do not do that. As Now this is all about efficiency. Now if we talk about scalability, you see every platform in the mobility uses mobile network. You go for car, you go for truck, you go for plane, you're having mobile networks like so scalability to hai. So as every platform is using mobility such as car, plane, truck, many of them using IP implementation or mobile IP implementation. You see, otherwise, if you instead of mobile IP go for fixed network, this is not possible. I cannot use in car, plane, and truck. This is not possible. So it is already in the scalable form. So it also says that it is crucial because of this reason that you want mobile network in your car, plane, truck, and many other platforms. It is very crucial. It is crucial for mobile IP to be scalable over a large network, sorry, over a large number of participants in the whole network. Okay, so it says it should be scalable to a large audience or to the large mass in the network. So this is the third point. And the fourth requirement of mobile IP, it says there must be a security, which always going to become in networks. Even if you go for small network, big network, uh, this this is the fourth requirement and security. So it says mobile poses many security problem, right? The mobile network, it is a Wi-Fi network, so definitely there could be there are many chances of attacking, and it is not a secure network. So it is a radio signal, and it is not possible to make it protected. It's not possible. So the minimum requirement is that all messages that is passing from one end to another end, there should be authenticated. Okay, it should be authenticated. So it says that mobility causes many security problem as it is open connection. Anyone can enter, anyone can do anything. So minimum requirement is minimum requirement is all messages related to management of mobile IP should be authenticated. What do you mean by that? If I say these management messages means If I am sending a message, management message from HLR to VLR, it should be authenticated. Okay. If I'm sending a packet from HLR to MSC, then it should be authenticated. Otherwise, it is going to be a problem, right? So it is the meaning of the security. But how it is going to be done? It is going to be done with the help of IP layer. So IP layer will going to authenticate this, and you had seen this authentication in your network protocol of mobile, sorry, of GSM. If you please remember, if you go for that topic, you had seen three layer there: physical, data, and network layer. There we are doing authentication. We have AUC center, authentication center. So this IP layer or network layer, it only guarantees, there is a problem here, only guarantees that the IP address of the receiver is correct. Okay. So it only checks that the receiver IP address is correct. It is never gonna see that the IP address, who is the owner, who is sending, okay, who is sending the packet. So there is no way in the IP layer. There is no way to find the sender. So if there is no way to find the sender, then there is a problem of fake IP addresses or other attacks. Okay, if you cannot find the sender, then I can make a spoof. Can make a spoof message with a fake IP address, and I can send it to the receiver. I can get the receiver's IP address, but I cannot get the sender's IP address. This is the problem. So you see, if you want to establish mobile IP, then there are these four requirements that you need to possibly put in order to establish this, or in order to introduce mobile IP. Do you have any problem in these 4 points: compatibility, transparency, scalability, efficiency, and security? All right. So this is it, and let's understand the other topic. And before going to the working of mobile IP, actually the next topic is working of mobile IP, but I'll show you mobile IP. There is a there's a diagram. Mm, right. So this is the okay. So this is the diagram that we need to understand. This is actually the mobile IP. It's a working of mobile IP. So there are steps actually, one, two, three, four. There are steps. So what I'm gonna do is before showing you this working, we need to understand what are these entities and terminologies here, right? This home network, HA, internet, MN. So I'll explain you this. So the next topic is going to be entities and terminologies. Terminology. Okay, so this is the entities and terminologies of mobile IP. So, so we will understand what are the terminologies, and then we're gonna understand what exactly how exactly this mobile IP is working. The first thing we need to understand is MN, which is mobile node. Is MN. And you see here in the diagram itself, it is showing you MN here. See, this MN is nothing but mobile node. What is mobile node? It is an end system, nothing but a computer or a mobile. So it is an end system, or it could be a router that can change point of attachment to the internet using mobile IP. We mean by that? It says that this mobile node, it is actually connected to internet, right? So it can change the point of attachment. So this point of attachment, it can move from this router to another router, could be move from this another router to another router, and it can move actually, right? So intentionally the meaning is it can connect to the internet by moving from one router to another router, and that is nothing but a point of attachment. Okay, so right, so this is the mobile node. It is just an end system, just a computer or mobile. Another thing is correspondent node. Correspond. This is nothing but CN here. This is the CN, and this is nothing but you can say if this is the sender, then it is a receiver, right? This CN is a receiver. It is just one partner for communication. It is just one partner for communications. So if this is a sender, then this could be a receiver, something like that. All right. So it could be a sender or a receiver. So at least one one partner is needed for communication with MN. Okay. Here in case CN could be sender or receiver. Right. Third point is there is a home network. This home network. Okay. And this home network is the subnet the MN belongs to with respect to its IP. Now you see what I mean to say is this MN here, if you could possibly see this is mobile node. It should be connected to this home network, all right? Because this is its home, right? It should connected here. But now, as you can see, it is moved from one location to another location. Now it is in foreign network. It is actually should be here, but it is actually moving. So it is here in the foreign network. But however, when it is here, the mobile node is here, then it should have a IP address which belongs to the home network. Okay? The fourth is foreign network. Just understand, home network means home, and foreign network it means that when you are changing the location, like when you meet to your friend, the friend house is going to be a foreign network, and your own house is going to be your home network, right? Just in that way. It is the current subnet. It is the current subnet the MN visits, and and which which is not the home network, right? So whenever you are meeting or whenever you are at your friend's home, that is, if suppose you are mobile node, and when you are leaving the home network, and home network it means your house, and you want to meet your friend, then friend house is going to be your foreign network. All right. So it's a current location. So भाई अगर आपसे कोई पूछे कि भाई ये बंदा कहाँ पर एग्जैक्टली exactly है, तो अगर आप अपने फ्रेंड के घर पे हो तो वो करंट आपका लोकेशन है. फ्रेंड हाउस इज गोइंग टू बी द करंट लोकेशन. अगर आप होम नेटवर्क में हो तो इट मींस ये डेफिनेटली कभी ना कभी तो आप वापस वो आपका परमानेंट एड्रेस है, बट अ टेम्पररी नेटवर्क इज गोइंग टू बी फॉर नेटवर्क जहां पर आप घूम रहे हो. ओके. सो आप हमेशा तो होम नेटवर्क पे होगे नहीं. सो आई कैन नॉट से दिस इज अ करंट नेटवर्क. करंट नेटवर्क आपका तब होगा जब आप किसी और के घर पे होगे. हमेशा आप होम में तो होंगे. सो एनीवन कैन आइडेंटिफाई यू दैट यू ऑलरेडी इन द होम नेटवर्क, नो प्रॉब्लम, आई कैन इजीली फाइंड यू. बट हाउएवर व्हेन यू मूव to the friend's house, somehow it is difficult to track you, difficult to find you, right? So that is the current network. And there is something called as foreign agent. Now you see the foreign agent, it means FA. You see this foreign agent is basically nothing, but it could be a router here. See here. It's a router here, router FA, which is router foreign agent, and this is router home agent. So to handle this foreign network, this complete foreign network, and to handle this complete home network, we have two routers here. You can say these are gateways. You can probably say that these routers are gateways. Okay, so it is at the very end of the network. Okay, to connect to these two network, home network and foreign network, we have special routers here. So these agents are nothing but routers. So for an agent, it actually provides various services also. So provide various um, several services. I mean during its visit to the foreign, it provides several services to the MN, and his agent would be a gateway router. Connect two networks. It connects networks, different networks. In our case, is connecting this home network and foreign, right? This is foreign agent. In the same way, I have, and also one more thing, I just do not remember, but here, one more thing is there is an arrow and there is this COA. And this COA is basically, um, it is it's a care of address actually. It's a, you can say it's a temporary address. You see, when your mobile node, when it is connected to the home network, then it is having a permanent IP address, right? This mobile node, if it is here, then this mobile node has a permanent IP address. But now when it is in the foreign network, there is no identification of this mobile node. I cannot take this permanent IP address here. It is not possible in the foreign network. So it is a responsibility of this care of address. This is a care of address. It is a kind of a pool, IP address pool, temporary IP address pool. It provides your temporary IP address here in the foreign network. It is the work of that. So this foreign agent fix this. So foreign agent FA can have something called as COA, which is care of address. Actually, I should write here care of address COA, acting as tunnel and point. Do not worry about these terms. Just explain you. Acting as tune. It's a tunnel. Acting as tunnel and point and forwarding packet to the mobile node. So it's a care of address, and here the sixth is actually the care of address itself defines the current location of mobile node. So it has having the current location of mobile node. So basically, whenever a packet coming to a mobile node, okay, if this is a receiver and someone is sending a packet, so it will not directly goes to the you know permanent IP address of the mobile node, but that packet will find the COA. Okay, it will find the temporary IP address because that way he can only find the MN. उसके बाद उसका आईपी एड्रेस तो पैकेट में होगा ही परमानेंट वाला, बट इट विल जनरली फाइंड द सीओए, क्योंकि क्या पता वो अभी होम नेटवर्क में ना हो और फॉरेन नेटवर्क में चला गया हो. दैट वे सीओए इज is going to be a, kind of the address which is going to be used. So these are the sixth point. And in foreign agent, you can also possibly write the home agent here. Understand? These both are same. Home agent. HA. These are six points. And so whenever is going to be a question of mobile IP, there could be a question of entities and terminologies of mobile IP. So you have to write these six terminologies. I think these are pretty explanatory. If you have any problem, you can please ask me. Do you have any problem? Six points में किसी को कुछ problem हो, they can please ask me. Okay, so let's understand now the working of mobile. So I'm gonna take this image and right, and I'll put some numbers here. So here this is going to be 1, this is going to be 2, and this is going to be 3 here, and actually from the mobile node directly to the router, this is going to be 4. Right. So these are 4 point here. Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's understand the working of mobile IP. Okay, what is happening here? See the first point here. So in this diagram here, in the diagram, see this corresponding node is your sender. Remember this, and this mobile node is basically your receiver. Receiver, right? So sender is CN and receiver is mobile node, right? Here also, your CN is going to be. I hope you CN you know this is a corresponding node. It is a sender, and mobile node is going to be receiver. All right. Now this is not one point. First point is the corresponding node CN node wants to send IP packets to the mobile node, right? Which is the first point. So अगर CN को कुछ भेजना है mobile node को, if he wants to send, so as I told you that there is a requirement in the mobile IP. The second requirement, if you remember, it says a transparency. So in this whole diagram, in this whole working of mobile IP diagram, there is no way you can find, the I mean, actually the transparency, what it says everything, the mobility is hidden from everyone, right? So CN do not know anything about MN, right? Even home network do not know anything about MN. and no one knows about the you know about MN. So it's a the mobility is completely hidden. This is the second requirement of the mobile IP, transparency, right? So here it is already been told that one of the requirement of mobile IP was to support reading the mobility. Right? The intention of this hiding is it's pretty simple, right? If I if I move from one location to another location, there is always going to be a notification कि मैं location change कर रहा हूँ, मैं location change कर रहा हूँ, मैं location change कर रहा हूँ. So suppose हर एक location अगर आप थोड़ा सा भी move करोगे, like अपनी current location से थोड़ी सी भी दूर जाओगे तो नोटिफिकेशन जाएगी नेटवर्क एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर के पास. तो यू सी दिन की उसके पास 1000 ऐसी नोटिफिकेशन जाएंगी, विच इज नॉट क्वाइट गुड. सो दैट इज व्हाई हमने ये इसको पूरा का पूरा मोबिलिटी को हिडन रखा हुआ है. सो दिस इज द रिक्वायरमेंट दैट वी हैड डिस्कस in the first topic, transparency, right? So if CN wants to send packet to the MN, he do not know anything about MN कि मैं मतलब कैसे भेजूं. I do not have any preferred location. I do not have any idea about the MN current location. So CN doesn't know anything. So what will happen if he do not know anything about MN current location, it will send. So it will send the packet as usual to the IP address of mobile node, right? He definitely knows the IP address of the mobile node, but he do not know anything about the mobility. If he's moving from one location to another, he do not know about that. So CN will directly send, it will take the mobile node IP address and it will send the packet. अब वो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी किसी और की है कि वो पैकेट उस तक किस तरीके से पहुंचे. उसने बस अपना काम, सीएन ने अपना काम खत्म कर दिया. उसने मोबाइल नोड का जो परमानेंट आईपी एड्रेस था वो पैकेट पे लगाया और उसको भेज दिया इंटरनेट पे. तो पैकेट में क्या होगा, what is inside the packet has CN as source address and MN as destination address, right? So पैकेट के अंदर आईपी एड्रेस होंगे जिसमें सीएन का आईपी एड्रेस होगा सोर्स एड्रेस, और डेस्टिनेशन आईपी एड्रेस होगा मोबाइल का. देखो यहाँ पर डायग्राम में सीएन ने वो पैकेट राउटर के दिया. राउटर आल्सो डू नॉट नो एनीथिंग अबाउट the current location of MN, so it will directly send that packet to internet. Okay, so what will happen here, the internet not have any idea, not have any information regarding the current location of mobile node. So it will, उसको मालूम ही नहीं तो क्या करेगा, so it will directly forward it, so it will route the packet to the network, right? It's pretty simple. So ये इंटरनेट के पास तो बहुत सारे राउटर्स होंगे यहाँ पर. So सीए ने अपने राउटर को भेजा, राउटर ने सीधा इंटरनेट पे भेज दिया. Now internet also do not know anything about MN's current location. He do not have any idea, right? So MN इसका काम क्या है, इंटरनेट का काम सिंपली ये फॉरवर्ड कर देगा जो परमानेंट आईपी एड्रेस दिया है इसने सीएन ने, उसको फॉरवर्ड कर देगा होम होम नेटवर्क. ओके, ये सबनेट है, राइट? सो आईपी एड्रेस डायरेक्टली इस होम नेटवर्क पे इसको पहुंचा देगा पैकेट को. So the internet do not have any information regarding current location of MN, so it will route the packet to the network of MN. So it is going to be the home network. This is home. Now जब जब ये पैकेट राउटर एच ए यानी कि इस राउटर एच ए के पास मिलेगा, जो पैकेट जो आ रहा है यहाँ से, इसने फॉरवर्ड कर दिया इंटरनेट ने, इसने राउटर एच ए को, जो पैकेट यहाँ पर आया है, it will router HA will find that the IP address belong to this home network, so it will forward to the home network. So here the HA, it means the home agent, the HA now intercept. Actually, it will, you see, okay, this is not going to be happen here. There is a problem. What is the problem? Router HA, the agent is going to see this packet here that is coming from the internet. It is going to see the packet here. It will see the IP address and it will not forward, actually it will see in the home network. Okay, it will see in the home network that the IP address of the MN which is in the packet, वो बंदा इस home network में अभी है कि नहीं है. Okay, वो अभी है कि नहीं है. So this will it will see. The HA now intercept the packet knowing that MN is currently not in its home network, right? तो ये होम नेटवर्क क्या करेगा? इट विल इंटरसेप्ट दिस पैकेट, इट विल सी द आईपी एड्रेस, दैट एमएन का आईपी एड्रेस तो बराबर है लेकिन वो अभी होम नेटवर्क में नहीं है, इट इज नॉट इन द होम नेटवर्क. सो ये एचए क्या करेगा इस स्टेप पे? होम एजेंट क्या करेगा? द पैकेट इज नॉट फॉरवर्ड. द सेकंड स्टेप, द पैकेट is not forwarded to the home subnet or home network, but encapsulated and tunneled to the COA. You see here जब HA को ये पैकेट मिलेगा तो देखेगा कि होम नेटवर्क में नहीं है, so it will encapsulate this packet with another information. This is the another information that I am showing you in the double round circle. So it is going to be encapsulated and tunneled. Can you see this bold line? This is a tunneling. Okay, it is for security purpose. Whenever you are putting encapsulated packet, it is always going to be forwarded in a tunnel format. It's a security. It's a secure channel actually. It's a tunneling. So ये जो second point है, ये इसने encapsulate कर दिया और इसने टनल कर दिया कहां पर? COA विच इज केयर ऑफ एड्रेस. ओके, कि ये जो उसको टेम्पररी आईपी एड्रेस मिला हुआ है, ओके, एमएन को जो टेम्पररी आईपी एड्रेस मिला हुआ उसने इसको इधर फॉरवर्ड कर दिया. सो COA टेम्पररी आईपी एड्रेस दिया होगा एमएन को, सो इट जस्ट फॉरवर्डेड टू दी COA ऑफ दी एमएन. तो ये जो इनकैप्सुलेटेड पैकेट है इसमें क्या होगा? अ न्यू हेडर is put in front of old IP address, old IP header, showing the CO as a new destination and HN as source of encapsulated. Okay, now here's the thing. You see, there is already a packet here. There's already a packet, and one more packet has been encapsulated here. So what is going to be here? Here CN, ये जो पैकेट था हमने देखा था, CN के पास ये है अपना सोर्स और MN जो था वो अपना था डेस्टिनेशन. Now as it is not in the home network, so home agent है वो क्या करेगा? इसने इस पैकेट के ऊपर एक और पैकेट लगा दिया. So this is old IP and this is new IP header and this is new IP header जिसने encapsulate किया. Now what will happen? Your HA is going to be the source. Okay, HA is going to be the source. HA is going to be source and COA is going to be the destination. Right? So this is the encapsulated packet now. Okay, एक पैकेट के अंदर दूसरा पैकेट है जिसमें ये पूरा कवर्ड अप है. This is completely covered up. This is not going to be seen by anyone. ये पूरा completely encapsulated है. But जो नेटवर्क देखेगा वो ये देखेगा. कि भाई सोर्स कौन है, सोर्स कौन भेज रहा है यहाँ से, सोर्स ये है राउटर एच, और भेजना किसको है, सीओए को, जहां पे भी ये सीओ है वहां पे भेज दो। सो सीओए में ये डेस्टिनेशन में क्या आएगा बेसिकली, द डेस्टिनेशन विल से the destination here, it's a temporary IP address of mobile number. All right, so CO है वो temporary IP address of ML. So this has been put it over here in this line. ये वो लाइन है जो बताती है. So this is an encapsulated packet जिसमें आपका H है वो है source IP address, और जो CO है यानी कि MN की temporary IP address वो आपका destination IP address हो जाएगा, और ये टनल करके आपको भेज देगा फॉरेन नेटवर्क। तो स्टेप 3 के अंदर जब हम आएंगे, यू सी जब पैकेट आपका यहाँ रीच हो गया है, यहाँ यहाँ पर रीच हो गया, ये पैकेट भेज दिया, और यहाँ राउटर एफए को वो पैकेट मिलेगा, राइट। सो दी दी फॉरेन एजेंट दी फॉरेन एजेंट नाउ decapsulated decapsulated the packet, removes the additional header, and forwards the original packet, CN as source and MN as destination. That's pretty easy, right? Once you once this router FA get this encapsulated packet, what is going to be happen? It will decapsulate it. It means it is going to remove this HA and COA, क्योंकि उसको ऑलरेडी मिल गया है, उसको पता चल गया कि भाई COA तो मेरे नेटवर्क के अंदर ही है, ये जो इसने COA भेजा था ये फॉरेन नेटवर्क के अंदर ही आईपी एड्रेस है, इस पूरे के पूरे नेटवर्क के अंदर ये आईपी एड्रेस है। सो आई दिस इज माय पैकेट ओनली, ओके, ये मेरा ही पैकेट है, और मुझे ये इसको ये डीकैप्सुलेट कर देगा, इट विल डीकैप्सुलेटेड कंप्लीट थिंग। और जब ये इसको डीकैप्सुलेटेड करेगा तब इसको पता चलेगा कि एक्चुअली इसके अंदर जो सीएन है इट इज द सोर्स, एंड ये जो एमएन है ये यहाँ पर मेरे नेटवर्क के अंदर ही है। सो इट विल डायरेक्टली फॉरवर्ड दिस, ये जो पैकेट इसको मिला था अब जो कि डीकैप्सुलेट हो चुका है, इसको डायरेक्टली ये फॉरेन नेटवर्क के अंदर डालेगा, एंड एमएन विल गेट दिस पैकेट, MN will get this packet. So this is the third step here only. Uh, and in the fourth step, now MN sends the packet as usual with its own fixed IP address as source and CN address its destination. Right? So अभी अभी यहाँ एमएन क्या करेगा, सीधी बात करेगा सीएन, क्योंकि इसके पास ऑलरेडी सीएन का आईपी एड्रेस होगा यहाँ पर, जब इसको पैकेट मिला होगा, ये वाला पैकेट मिला होगा, सीएन का सोर्स उसको मिल गया आईपी एड्रेस। सो ये सीधा उससे बात करेगा, सीधा नेक्स्ट पैकेट यहाँ भेजेगा रिप्लाई, पैकेट में सीएन का आईपी एड्रेस डालेगा एज अ डेस्टिनेशन, और अपना एमएन कर देगा सोर्स आईपी एड्रेस, और डायरेक्टली ये इसको भेज देगा सीएन के पास। सो नाउ दे कैन डायरेक्टली कम्युनिकेट विथ ईच अदर। So these are the four possible steps, happening in the working of mobile IP. If you could find this hard, please let me know so that I can explain you one more time. इतना hard नहीं है ये, please respond me back so that I can know. Do you have any problem in any of these steps? All right. After this session, there's going to be a very theoretical topic will come. Two or three topics are there, very very theoretical. You will see you have to remember the whole packet, and we will see what we can do in that. Okay. If you want uh, this working of mobile IP, if you want to understand one more time, I can explain you. Okay, please just let me know in case if you do not uh, find not if you do not understand this. Uh, all right. So I think I got the attendance here. All right, guys. Yes, all right, guys. I've taken your attendance, and we'll see you in the next session. All right. Thank you so much.